and tears, texts and a missing birthday party invite. Here's what happened today in the triple murder trial of accused mushroom killer Erin Patterson. Returning to the witness box for a second day, accused mushroom killer Erin Patterson's estranged husband, Simon. Under cross-examination by the defence, Simon Patterson explained how a missing 70th birthday party invitation from his in-laws to Erin sparked a family rift.
I'd rather not go somewhere I'm not welcome.
Erin texted Simon. Erin's medical history was also raised.
She told me she struggled with arrhythmia of the heart.
Simon said that Erin also
struggled a lot with mental illness, postnatal depression, and I believe that was real.
When asked about Erin discharging herself from hospital against medical advice in the wake of the deadly lunch,
it's fair to say Erin hates hospitals.
And while his relatives lay hospitalised after having lunch in her home, Simon said Erin never once asked how they were.
It intrigued me that she didn't actually ask.
Erin has pleaded not guilty to 3 charges of murder and 1 of attempted murder.
10 News first reporter Samantha Butler has been following the trial for us. We heard more on a rift between Erin and Simon's family today over a birthday party invitation of all things. How significant was that?
Yeah, well, the jury has heard this week that the relationship between Erin and Simon Patterson was really quite amicable after their separation in 2015, so much so that they would actually go on family holidays together both in Australia and overseas. But the jury has also heard that that relationship started to sour in late 2022, and this was an example of that. It was one of a number of text exchanges, tense text message exchanges between Simon and Erin Patterson that was shown to the jury today. And it was really about a bit of a miscommunication around Gail Patterson's 70th birthday celebrations. In those messages, Simon was under the impression that his father had invited Erin to the 70th birthday party, but she said, insisted that she hadn't been invited, and that really quite upset her. Now, Simon insisted that the family would obviously love to have her there, and eventually Erin did agree to come along and bring the kids, but it was really an example of that relationship starting to break down that we have heard about in the trial this week.
Samantha, a lot of time was also spent on Erin's medical history. Why is that relevant?
Well, Georgie, we know that at the centre of this case is an allegation that Erin Patterson faked a cancer diagnosis in order to lure her relatives to her home to poison them in 2023. Now, we've heard during the trial this week that she did not, in fact, have cancer, and that's a fact that is not in dispute by the defence. But Simon Patterson today said that Erin had never told him that she had ovarian cancer, but she had mentioned quite a few other medical issues in the past, among them an arrhythmia of the heart, postnatal depression that she suffered after the birth of her first child, as well as an autoimmune disease.
Simon was quite emotional yesterday by your report. How was he today?
Yeah, he really was emotional yesterday in the witness stand for the first time. We saw at one stage he asked for tissues as he was trying to compose himself, speaking about his relationship with Erin Patterson and how he tried to keep things amicable after that separation in 2015. Today, I would say he was quite composed. At one stage when he was speaking about one of his children, he did seem to be a little bit emotional, but for the most part, he was calm and collected. I would even say that he appeared frustrated at some points during certain lines of questioning by Erin Patterson's defence barrister, Colin Mandy, SC. He did also say, though, that this process has been very difficult for him, and you have to remember that this is a man who has lost both of his parents, Don and Gail Patterson, as well as his aunt, Heather Wilkinson, and was very close to losing his uncle, Ian Wilkinson, who survived after a lengthy stay in hospital.
Something else that jumped out at us was Simon's testimony that Erin hadn't asked the condition of his parents after that lunch. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this was something that came out during a line of questioning from the defence barrister, Colin Mandy, SC, when it appeared that he was trying to point out inconsistencies between what Simon had said to Erin in the days after the lunch and his evidence on the stand yesterday. The question that was put to him was, you know, that he didn't tell Erin about the condition of his parents and his aunt and uncle in hospital and just how unwell they were. And to that, Simon Patterson replied straight away, well, it intrigued me that she never actually asked. Now, his cross-examination hasn't finished. He is due to return to the witness stand on Monday when court resumes for week 2 of this trial that's really captivated the country, guys.
Well, Samantha Butler, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.